and welcome to the One Pride Podcast. We talk all things Detroit Lions, news and rumors, and we have a great show for you tonight. But before we get into it, I want to say a massive thank you to our presenting sponsor, BetQL, the #1 app when comparing betting odds and the best way to beat your sportsbook this football season. Folks, BetQL's best bets algorithm went 13-2 on 5-star bets Week 1 between Thursday and Sunday. You can find the information in the description of this stream to take advantage of BetQL right now. Use the discount code ChatLines to get 25% off any of their subscription offerings, and find information in the description, including a special offer to get 1 year off of BetQL. Cy Gray already dropping a super sticker. Appreciate you, Cy Gray. Man, $2.99. Gotta get you back in here. We got Matthew Guadino in the building. Jamie Ward, Randy Daniels, Chrome, what's up, Vash? Anthony says, sorry, can't make it this one. Birthday party is more important than OPP. Jay Schultz, Corey Batten, Big West Conniving, Nick, he says, happy wife, happy life. That's facts, Craig. Alan, Dana, Samson, Vash, again, Tim Monroe, Big West in the building. Who else we got? We got Jimbo the G. What's up, Jimbo G? We got 9 drinks. Man, appreciate you getting in here. SW Lion, Timothy Smith, what's up, Tim? Patty Grimes, Altino Jenkins. And man, we got Curtis B. Yo, what's up, man? He said, stopping by the show, someone shows love. We got Dab Daddy, what's up, folks? And we got a good one for you tonight. We got my man, my partner in crime. Hey, it's not MicroMike, but it's Mark Oram. What's up, Mark Oram?
Hey, what's going on, MicroMike? What's going on, everybody in the chat, man? Let's talk some Lions football. We got some news.
Man, we got some real crazy news, folks, and we just going to start this bad boy off real freaking quick. But before we start this thing off, if you've not hit that like button, smash that like button right now. We got 23 likes and 41 in the building. Let's get to 41 likes. News! Hey, the Danimal himself, Dan Campbell, yeah, he's very transparent. And he talked about this morning, because we seen it last night, that Adam Shefter, all the beat writers, all the bigwigs says the Detroit Lions have put Jamie Collins on the trade block. This morning, Danimal himself said, yes, that is hashtag facts. Jamie Collins is on the trade block. Mark, what do you think about this news right now?
Well, it's pretty quick, man. Week 2 already. We got guys already going, possibly from the Detroit Lions. But this team has preached young, and they've said that they want to develop guys, and they know what type of roster they have. This is kind of a little bit of a shock to people, but you know, you kind of called it, Mike, right after that Green Bay game. You said there was a possibility, man. You said, you know, people got to start going, and they know what type of team they have. And Jamie Collins, who is a good linebacker on this team, he's not going to be a part of the build. He is an older linebacker. He's maybe lost a step or two. And it's time to get rid of him, man. They can somehow work around that contract, maybe give him a little bit of a bigger signing bonus, maybe take down some of that salary. Maybe we can get a better draft pick for him, but it's time to go young. It's time to look at guys like Derek Barnes and Anthony Pittman and Jalen Reeves-Maybin. That's just what they want to do.
And that's facts on facts with more facts on crime right there. He's spitting facts. Hey, what do you guys think in the chat? What are the Detroit Lions going to get via trade? Let's just do draft pick, because we could say all these players' names all around. That's difficult. What compensation can the Lions get? We ain't getting no 1. We ain't getting no 2. We ain't getting no 3. What do you think? 4, 5, 6, 7? What can the Lions get if we decide to trade Jamie Collins? We all think it's probably going to New England Patriots. Bill Belichick, you know, obviously Pat Matricia, they love them, some former Patriots. They all go there. So what can we get from these guys? Mark Oram, while the chat decides to put in some numbers, what do you think we can get for Jamie Collins?
Well, I'm trying to look at it through, I'm trying to look at it at his age. I'm trying to look at his production. He did have over 100 tackles last year with the Detroit Lions. He still has a little bit of giddy up to the quarterback. I don't think he's a 3-down linebacker like he used to be anymore. His pass cover in the last couple of years hasn't been that great, especially these first 2 games of the season. So I think what you're going to get for him, I'd be shocked if we got anything less than a 6th. If we could maybe get a 5th round pick, I'd be running to the accept button, like in fantasy football. Accept. That's what you got to do. I don't think we're going to get anything less than a 6th, possibly maybe a 5th. I don't really know, though.
Okay, you say that. Let's see what the chat. We got Tim says 6 or 7. Jay Schultz thinks it's going to be a 5. Tim says Flowers impossible. Draft pick number 5 from Sam. 5. We got Patty Grimes thinking a 7th round draft pick. Antonio Jenkins says a 5. Alan, 5th. Big Mike, what's going on? Getting better every day like a G. Big West says 5th. Jimbo, man, he's on that 3rd and 5th for him, man. I'll tell you what, if we got a 3rd and a 5th for Jamie Collins, GM of the year, that would be Brad Holmes, because that would be insane. We got 9 drinks. He says a big hit this year. Bruce says 6. We got a 5th from David, 6th from Craig. Bay Tech by Mark Oram. We got a 6th or a 7th from Corey. My shade predictions here, Jamie Collins to the Patriots. Lions get a 4th rounder and a 6th rounder. Smiley, I'd like that, Delarose. I would. I'd be smiling all day. 2 4ths and 5ths or 2 4ths and a 5th. Jimbo G. Hey, Jimbo G's a G, and I hope Jimbo G is correct. We got Sam saying 5. I want a mid-2023 pick. That's possible too, Charles Davis. I like how you went on there for 2023. Collins to New England. N'Keal Harry in a 6th round pick. Cy Gray rocking with the players here, getting us a wide receiver. I'd like that too. That would be really nice. Cy Gray, great content creator when he makes that content. We got David Tack, 5th. Dab Daddy, 5th. A 9th from David Tack. Man, oh man. I tell you what, I think legitimately the Detroit Lions probably get a 6th round draft pick, I think, for Jamie Collins. Why? He's older, he's slower, and it's clear as day we're trying to get rid of him. Every team now knows this dude's on the trade block. Do you think they're going to be jumping hoops to get him? Probably not. There's probably just a handful of teams that wanted Jamie Collins, and obviously New England would be that team. So if they can swindle to get a 6th round draft pick, I would be happy for that. Anything better, I'll be doing backflips. That would be some amazing work for the Lions to get some of that draft capital back after we got rid of Trinity Benson. And if they could get a N'Keal Harry, like Cy Gray says, hey, I'm all for it too. Obviously, we got issues at that wide receiver position. What do you think about a N'Keal Harry, Mark Orr from Orr's Forum, and that from Cy Gray's perspective?
I think I'd rather go the draft capital way. N'Keal Harry, he has the potential. I don't know what's going on in New England. I don't really follow the Patriots that well. I do follow the NFL pretty hard, but I don't know what's really going on with N'Keal Harry. I know he's suffered through some injuries. He's got the size. He's not really a speedster or anything like that. I heard he's got a problem with drops. So we do have a bad wide receiver room. So I guess it would be, why not kick the tires on a guy like that? But I'd like to go just the draft picks way, get a 5th or a 6th. Let's go that way. I'm not really big on just getting player for player, especially a player that hasn't even done a thing like N'Keal Harry.
Yeah, it'd all be like, what is the potential beyond this year? To me, this is definitely, we're going to get rid of some players for the future of this football team. Already starting bad year, 0-2, probably going to be 0-3. We'll get into that in the show about the Baltimore Ravens. And I think getting draft picks is the best thing possible. No matter what, let's get those draft picks. Just like we need to get those likes up with 36, with 65 in the building. Smash that like button, folks. I talked to Jeff Risden, and he believes between a 6th and a 7th round draft pick to get Jamie Collins, again, probably to the New England Patriots. I mean, that's pretty much it. Mark Orr from Orr's Forum. Now I got a question for you and the chat. It's week 2. We're already looking to trade a player away. Jamie Collins. Lack of effort, slow, whatever the case may be. When you're already selling now, is there going to be more selling to go on? We got the trade deadline in about 4 weeks. What do you think? Could other players be traded away? If so, who and for what?
Oh, man. I definitely think there's that Brad Holmes isn't done with this scenario just yet. There could be guys on the move. We could see a guy like Trey Flowers possibly going. You could be seeing a guy like maybe Vaitai going. Those guys are going to be some big hits going on. If they do get rid of those guys and you have to work out the contract somehow by paying them through bonus money and all that stuff, it's a huge money thing. I don't really know too much about the money situation, but I know you can lessen their salary by giving them more of a bonus money. But yeah, I don't think Brad Holmes has done it all. I could definitely see Trey Flowers going. Obviously, they're not too concerned about cap hit right now. If they're talking about getting rid of guys like Collins, it's not a bad cap hit, but it's a little bit of a cap hit within the next 2 years. Just got to work it out somehow. But yeah, this is what they want to do. This is what they want to build. They want to build something, and they want to acquire some draft picks. This is the way to do it. I don't think Brad Holmes has done it all.
I don't think he's done it all either, man. I think that when it comes to this roster, trading away players that is not going to be on this team next year. We're talking about the future of this franchise. We go 0-3, folks. The odds of us making the playoffs, like we've been saying on ISN here, are extremely low. I didn't think we were making the playoffs anyways before the season started, but it keeps depleting. And you got to look at players' contracts for the upcoming year. What players is going to be a part of this football team, not this year, but 2022 and 2023? What players are not going to be a part of that? And if they're not going to be a part of that, can we get asset for trading them away? It is a big-time question, and I think a Trey Flowers could be one of those individuals. Whether you wanted him traded or not, I think that is a player that Brad Holmes and the Danamo are looking at and saying, okay, we potentially could trade him. Could another team jump in and want to give some capital that will help us for the future, and it'll help them out now? If you look at like the Dallas Cowboys, they lose their defensive end. There's other teams out there. Not saying it's going to happen, but these are the players I would just keep a keen eye on for the next 4 weeks upon this trade deadline. Trey Flowers is definitely one of those guys. Now, everyone in the chat, I don't know if you listen to the Mike Valenti show with Rico, but we're going to talk about what they stated today. Now, this is a repeat of what they're talking about, whether you like it or not. We're going to talk about this because this is a conversation. What's up there, Dom Burr in the building? They talked about this. There was 2 players they wanted the Detroit Lions to trade away. And I know it's going to get hot and heavy in here. Real hot and heavy. I know that Mark Orm's shaking his head already because he already knows this. We talked about this. 2 players. One to trade away was Taylor Decker, left tackle for the Detroit Lions. Trade him away for assets. The other player, a lot of people, they're about to get fury on this. Hey, I am the messenger of what Mike Valenti stated, because now we all know the rumors are going to fly around. We already know it. The other player was T.J. Hockenson. Trading away T.J. Hockenson. Hey, we're going to discuss it because it's a major topic, and we already know it's going to be talked about after this. Mark Orem, what do you think about the concept of Mike Valenti and Rico talking about trading these staples for the Detroit Lions away for draft capital?
Yeah, Frank Ragnow was in there too, right? Frank Ragnow was actually talked about too.
Frank Ragnow was discussed, but Mike Valenti said he wouldn't do that because we just paid him a contract, and this regime likes him.
All right. To even bring it up, though, is beyond ridiculous. But getting rid of a guy like, okay, I'm all for trading away guys to build. But you can't trade. You have to build around something. You have to build around something. And a guy like T.J. Hockenson is somebody you build around. You don't just get rid of a guy like that because you don't want to pay him in the next couple of years. That's Valenti's whole thing too. He doesn't want to pay nobody. So his MO is get rid of everybody. Oh yeah, just get rid of the guy that's going to be probably asking for Travis Kelce money, and he probably will be. There's a possibility that he's going to be asking for that type of money. But then he wants to, so now, okay, just say we get rid of a T.J. Hockenson. Now you got to go chase that, and you have to go find somebody. You don't have to find another T.J. Hockenson. That's very rare that you're going to find that, because he's going to be a beast. He already is a monster. We already know. Now you're going to be chasing that, looking for another tight end, looking for another tackle. Just say Ragnow was involved in that. Now you're looking for the number one center probably in the NFL, 1 or 2. He's 1A, 1B. So, like, you're just looking for – now you're just chasing the dragon. It's absolutely ludicrous. You have to build around something. I get that these guys want to build to the draft, but it's almost like 97.1 Valente. They just go through a narrative that they just try to worsen this team. They don't want to see success in Detroit. They don't. You don't get rid of your top players, man, and chase that, and then go chase it and hope that you have a draft pick and hope you get the best center, hope you get the best tight end, hope you get a great offensive tackle. No, you build around certain players. And those three guys that they talked about, you don't touch those guys. Maybe Taylor Decker. Maybe. And I know that's kind of touchy a little bit because you want two good tackles.
Yeah.
But he's getting up there with the age, 28, 29 years old. That's a little bit older. Got some injury history. He still is a top 15 tackle. I'm not saying get rid of him, but it could be a guy that Brad Holmes could possibly trade away, especially this year. They're not going to be good for 2-3 years. Why keep him around? I kind of understand that, but not Hawkinson, not Ragnow. No way.
When it comes to this trade, I was kind of shocked when I first heard this. Like, whoa, this is coming out of kind of left field. Where'd this come from? I can understand the conversation about the Taylor Decker. Okay, Penei Sewell, I get it. But Frank Ragnow, first off, what are the odds you're going to find a Frank Ragnow type of player in a draft? So you trade Frank Ragnow away for, say, a first-round draft pick and a third-round draft pick. Do you think you're going to find a Frank Ragnow in this draft? Probably not, because a Frank Ragnow, like you said, is a 1A when it comes to centers in the NFL. The odds of finding that is very difficult. We just signed this guy. He is one of the best. He is also very reliable. The dude plays with a broken neck, okay? And he doesn't mind being here. So you're getting a young player who's one of the best, if not the best in the NFL, is enjoying where he's at, plays through injuries, and is a leader and a guy that brings everything out for a football team, and you're not going to be able to find a duplicate success like that. Well, at least very unlikely. Not saying you can't. No. Not trading Frank the Tank Ragnow. We have not had an offensive line that's been good. Frank the Tank Ragnow is that blue chip player for this offensive line. We don't have blue chip players on this football team. Very few. Frank the Tank Ragnow is one of those guys. I'm not getting rid of him. You can throw me 2 first-round draft picks to the no. Ain't happening. I want that blue chip player that I can rely on, the quarterback can rely on, and get the job done. Not doing it. TJ Hawkinson. Trading away TJ Hawkinson. Well, you're going to have to pay TJ Hawkinson. Isn't that the point? You get good players to be on your football team. Yes, you don't want to pay a player a lot of money. I get it, being fiscally responsible. If you get Patrick Mahomes, do you pay Patrick Mahomes or you do let him go? Nah, I'm going to pay him, man, because he's a good player. You get a Travis Kelce, you going to pay him or you going to let him trade him away? Nah, I'm going to keep him. It's hard to find these type of guys. A Gronkowski, a player that is the main guy on your offense right now. Not only can he catch the football, but he also opens up the holes for the run. So if you're a team like the Buffalo Bills, like they were saying on there, you want TJ Hawkinson, you need to, look, there's a price tag nearly for everybody, but you best be throwing me a price tag that no team could resist. I'm talking about you best be doing big-time money. Hey, we got a super chat from Jimbo the G. $10 super chat. He says, salute to the panel in the chat. When we start winning, players won't be charging us all big money because they want to be part of the winning Lions team. I disagree with trading Decker and Hawk, though. I appreciate you that you sent that super chat. And man, Jimbo G is a awesome guy. I appreciate you 100%. And I don't trade away players that I feel is going to be staples for a football team. I don't do it unless you're throwing me some big-time reward for this. And when it comes to Taylor Decker, the cap, it will hurt us if we trade him away. Now, I do think if you're going to trade away one of these players, this would be one of the individuals you could potentially look at. But you got to understand there's two sides to this coin with Taylor Decker. In theory, yeah, I'm going to trade him away and get a first and a third round draft pick. That's all good in theory, but there is cap ramifications for this. The cap hit, the dead cap, is $28 million. That is a lot of freaking money. A lot of freaking money. And right now, we would have to swindle contracts to get him under the cap this year, and we'd have to move contracts for next year to make this a plausible deal. Now, you can't do that for next year because we do have cap space. 100%. We do have that. But there is a price tag for doing this. And if a team wants to get a Taylor Decker, you best throw me some more capital my way because I'm taking this hit. I'm taking the financial hit for my team, not just this year, but next year. So you need to blow me away. If you want a Taylor Decker, Pittsburgh Steelers, you got to not just throw me a first-round pick. You got to throw some more in there for me because I'm taking this hit. I'm taking on this contract. It's going to hurt. So that's what you'd have to look at. And you'd have to look at the offensive line as a whole. Do you want to risk? Do you want to risk? If a Penei Sewell goes down, you're gonna really destroy the running game, and you're gonna destroy any potential of Jared Goff. So there's a risk and reward for this type of trade. So we will get to the questions here in about 15 and a little over 15 minutes. We will get into it, man, and we're gonna talk about this. But it would have to blow me away, Mark. It would have to blow me away for something like that.
Yeah, like you talked about, Mike. Like, yeah. Let's get one thing straight. Everybody does have a price. I do want to put that out there, but like I said earlier, and I'll stand by it, you have to build around something. You can't just keep chasing. You can't just keep chasing guys. We don't have anybody on this team that's a star. Like we got to get some. You got to get some type of star material. You got to get some kind of like guys that want to come over and go, okay, man, TJ Hawkinson's over there. Frank Ragnall's over there. Oh, Penei Sewell. Yeah, okay, man. I want to go play over there. I want to go play with those guys. You need that. You can't just keep acquiring draft picks. I understand they want to build through the draft, but, man, you can't just get rid of guys for nothing. Like, you're going to have to pay to get players like TJ Hawkinson, Frank Ragnall, Taylor Decker. You're just going to have to give multiple draft picks over and over again. I just don't want, like, a one for a Frank Ragnall or a one and like you're gonna have to pay. Facts. So it's not as easy as these guys on 97.1 think it is. You can't just keep chasing. That's all you're doing is chasing at that point, and it's just not reality.
Now it is possible, folks, because there's teams out there like the Houston Texans did with the Miami Dolphins. 2 first-round draft picks for Laramie Tunsil. It's possible. Now I'm telling you what, if you throw 2 first-round picks for something like that, it's hard to turn that thing type of down because that could really help out. Not too many GMs are that stupid, though. There's not too many GMs out there that are the Houston Texans, and it's difficult. It's difficult. So it's possible. It's always there's always someone stupid out there that's in power. All you got to do is look at our former GMs. We've seen there's a lot of stupid out there. So if you can go ahead and rip a team off, hey, like I said, there's a price tag for everybody, but it's not as easy as I'll just trade him away. That's just not how it works in this NFL, and it's difficult. It's real difficult to pull this off. There's so many layers to something that you got to peel back. Like a Trey Flowers, I think, is a much easier trade. First, the contract doesn't kill you. I think it's around $10 million, okay, that you would take a hit, and you could split that off 5 this year and a 5 next year. And it's not a... You get rid of a Trey Flowers, you have some backup there. The financial's not that big of a deal. We all know, everybody knows he's not the future of this football team. So a Trey Flowers, I could see something like that, because guys, we're sitting folks who we drafted. We can't be sitting a Julian Okwara. We can't be sitting an Austin Bryant. We got to have them dressed. So I could see a situation where it's okay. We can get maybe a 4th-round draft pick or something for a Trey Flowers. Let's set him away. We got a young guy that can replenish. We know he's not going to be on this team next year. We plan on cutting him anyways. Something like that. So we'll see going forward, folks. That's just how the business works. Hey, crazier things has happened. It's funny because when we talked about Jamie Collins, post-game show, we were talking about it, that Jamie Collins got to get traded. We Talked about Trey Flowers could get traded as well. And long and behold, one day later on the trade block. Let's talk about, Mark Orem, this up-and-coming game on Sunday. We got a big game coming here, and it's going to be difficult. Real freaking difficult. If you don't know, week 3, folks, Baltimore Ravens are coming to Detroit, and we got to face off against the best rushing attack in all the NFL.
Oof.
Mark Orem, what can be done? What needs to get done for the Lions to pull off a major upset on Sunday?
Well, it's funny, man, because they were kind of talking about this on Monday night. They weren't talking about it was the Baltimore-Kansas City game. I think it was Brian Greasy. One guy, I think, asked, how do you stop Lamar Jackson? And Brian Greasy's like, you don't stop him. And like that's pretty much the truth, man. If you could somehow bottle up Lamar Jackson and make him throw the football, it's the only way that this team is going to win, because Baltimore doesn't really have a good defense, to tell you the truth. They really don't. They don't have a good defense. They did play the Chiefs last week and got 30 on them. The Raiders put another 30 plus on them or something like that the week before. So, but the way to beat them is to try to bottle up Lamar Jackson, and good luck doing that. If you somehow can make him throw the football, it's the only way you're going to beat that team. It's the only way, because Lamar Jackson, Tyson Williams, they got a little Devontae Freeman in there at running back too as well. Got a couple other guys. Tyson Williams is actually a pretty good running back. And Lamar Jackson is a quarterback, is a running back playing quarterback. That's what he is. So you have to really be careful with Lamar Jackson, somehow bottle him up, and then if you can make him throw, it's the only way we have a chance, Mike. It's the only way.
Folks, at 7:15, we're going to go for you. You guys going to run the show with your questions, the mailbag segment. In about 17 minutes, you put a hashtag Lions, hashtag Cardinals, whatever team you're a fan of, hashtag One Pride. The important thing is to put that hashtag, because my eyes then can see it on here and I can read it. When I do see your question, I will attempt to answer it as best as I can. If I do miss it, just repost it. It's not because I'm ignoring it. It's because I missed it and I'm old. So get ready for that here in now 16 minutes for that mailbag segment. It's going to be difficult, man. This is a mismatch. There can be of all mismatches. And we just got a super chat. And that is from a boy, Jimbo G, like a G, says, I agree with Orem. I wouldn't give up on when our cornerstone players for one draft pick. They're going to have to pay up the house to get our players. And that's hashtag facts, Jimbo G. All facts. I agree, and I concur exactly what you said right there. You got to pay up. You got to pay up, man. You want one of our staples? Give me that money, just like we should be doing as a top-of-the-line GM would do. We're not throwing away players to throw away players. We're doing it to build this football team like the Miami Dolphins did. But when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens, we can't stop the run. And we're going against a team that can run all over you. They're going to run wild on you like Hulk freaking Hogan. And guess what? Lamar Jackson is playing in this game, folks. He just had a stomach ache.
Yes. And
another super chat by Jimbo to G. He says, we can't really pay attention to people that don't know football or talking crazy. We now have to face our O-line, and now that the league's fear, we do have a face of our team, and that is the O-line. And yes, teams got to fear it. Thank you so much for that super chat, Jimbo G. And that's something, if we want to win this football game, we're going to have to win up front, Jimbo G. Up front, everybody. And we're talking about the trenches. We got to be able to counter their run game by doing something, Mark, that we're not doing that we can do. Run the football and keep Lamar Jackson on the sideline. That's what we got to do. Can we do that, Mark? Are we going to finally freaking run the football on Sunday on a consistent basis?
I don't know, man. Somebody needs to get Anthony Lynn on the phone and ask him why he continues to go away from the run game. I understand how we got away from the run game in the San Francisco 49er game. We were just too far behind. We had to throw. But there was opportunities, I thought, in that Green Bay game where he chose to throw the football instead of run the ball, and it was a little bit mind-boggling. We have the guys. This is what they preached all offseason. This is what Dan Campbell said he wanted to do. He wanted the hog mollies up front. He got the big Penei Sewell, drafted the kid. We got a good old line to begin with. We got Vaitai at that guard who's playing well. It is known for run blocking. A little bit not really concerned, but I'm kind of wondering why. I really like to see him get in there somehow, but I kind of understand. But we need to run the football in order to keep LJ off the field. It's the only way. Well, it's probably the second way we have to on how we can beat this team. Bottle up Lamar and run the football. Those are the two. That's the formula right there, Mike. That's the way to beat the Baltimore Ravens, because their defense isn't very special. It's not special, man. They have a couple good players on that defense, but they can be scored on easily.
Want to take advantage of your sportsbook this season? You'll need to download BetQL, the only app you'll need to make smart bets. As I mentioned at the top of this show, folks, BetQL's best bet algorithm went 13-2 for 5-star bets in week 1 between Thursday through Sunday. What does that mean? That means if you would have bet on those games, you'd have made some money, and some good money. You can find the information in the description and comments of this video to take advantage of BetQL right now. Their best bet computer model scans over 350,000 unique bets per year to give you the best bet recommendation for every game across every major sport. And it gives you the reasoning behind why you need to make some of those bets. Their model covers everything from spreads, overs to unders, player prop bets, everything you need to get your necessary tools in research needs. What if you want to do your own research? That's fine. It gives you the information right then and there. You can find it to make the decision you want to make. And it gives you 100%, man. And you want to know what? The Detroit Lions need to focus on getting better and being consistent running the football. And that's the important thing, Mark. We have to be consistent. We now know, look, in years past, the last 12 years, we didn't run the football. We're inability to run the football. We didn't have the holes opened up. We didn't have the necessary players in the backfield to get the ball moving forward. Now that excuse is no longer there. Offensive line is stout, opening up the holes. We got DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams, a very good combination of a 1-2 punch to run the football. When they do run the football, we're gashing folks 6 yards a carry, Mark. And there's no excuse at this point to not run the football. When you have this type of operation going on your offensive line where you can get those yards, and we got these type of backs, you have to take advantage. We had that advantage against the Packers. We weren't down. It was 17-14, and we got away from the run game. And what happened? As soon as we don't get that touchdown, Aaron Rodgers runs wild on us again like Hulk freaking Hogan. But if we can keep the run game going, we can keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. We keep Lamar Jackson on the sideline. We all know our defense is cheeks. Everyone knows out there our defense sucks. 4th and 1, we didn't run the football. Why? When we're gashing folks. Just like my boy Jeffrey just said, Donald there. We got to do it, Mark. We got to start running this football, and it's got to start Sunday. I understand that, look, we do got TJ Hawkinson. We got Jared Goff wanting to show out a little bit, but we need to run the football. We know our defense is cheeks. Why aren't they doing it, Mark? Like, what is up with this?
I'm not sure. Like I said, like a little bit earlier, this is a little bit on Anthony Lynn. This is the guy that's always had good running attacks in his schemes as a coordinator and a head coach. I don't know if he's showing some lack of trust in this O-line, but the O-line is stout. The O-line is stout. You have good running backs. I don't really understand why they got rid of it in that Green Bay game. I was very, very shocked. You have the guys that can do it. So it just doesn't make any sense to me right now. Run the football. And Jared Goff, too, he needs something that we're trying to get away from here. He has to play mistake-free football.
Facts.
If he doesn't play mistake-free football, we are in a bunch of trouble, man. He fumbled 2 balls. He threw a pick again. This guy's turnover ratio is horrible the last 2-3 years. And if we go in the hole like that and give up great field position, we're not going to win football games, especially against a team like Baltimore that can run the ball and we can't stop the run. So we have to we have to punt them. If we don't get like a first down or nothing like that, we got to pin these guys deep and pray on defense that we can make a stop. That's the one thing about it, but we just can't get down on ourselves. And Jared Goff, man, I think he's key. He has to play mistake-free football in order for us to have a chance.
And Mighty, I actually agree with you. There was some open players there, Swift being one of them on that 4th and 1.
Yeah.
But what are the odds right now that we are running the football and we are getting yards every single time? Who do you trust better on 4th down? Jared Goff, 4th and 1, or Jamal Williams and Swift behind a Penei Sewell? I trust the running game more of getting that essential 1 yard than I do on Jared Goff. And for us to be a team that competes in the NFC North, we have to be a physical football team that can beat you down in the run. We know what our defense is. Everyone knows our defense is cheeks. The defense knows the defense is cheeks. Okay? The defensive coordinator. We know Dan Campbell, Danimal, Brad Holmes. We know what our weakness is defense. So if you run the football, you can at least keep them on the sideline and keep the game competitive somewhat. Now, you're right, Doug. You can't always run. Don't mind mixing it up. I'm 100% with you. But the thing is we're passing way more than we're running the football. We need to get a little more balanced here because we can run the football now. There's no – see here, we got 145 in the building with 65 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. With your help, we definitely can get it done. Get your questions ready as it's going to be fun. Let's get into predictions and bold predictions before we go to the chat for them to clear this show and make it theirs. What is a bold prediction, Mark, for you, Lions versus Ravens? Give me one bold prediction, then after the bold prediction, give me a score prediction of the game.
Okay, so a bold prediction, something that probably is not going to really happen, right? Bold prediction, we keep Lamar Jackson under 100 yards because I think he's going to rush well over 100 and something yards, but I'm going to say that's my bold prediction, that we keep him under 100 yards. But then my reality sets in, and the score will be, I think, I'm going to say the score. I think we're going to keep this game close. You know, I was off last week against Green Bay. I thought we were going to score a little more points. I was close on the Green Bay score, actually, though. But I'm going to say 33-27 for Baltimore.
Okay, not too bad, Not too bad. Folks, let me know in the chat, what is your score prediction of this game? Do you have the Lions winning? Put L in the chat. Do you have the Baltimore Ravens winning? Put R in the chat. If you want to throw in a score prediction, go ahead. After this, you guys are going to rule the roost. So go ahead and spam this chat with L's or R's. What do you guys think? Will the Lions get their first win, or will they go to 0-3? And while you do that, I'm going to tell you what I think. A bold prediction for the Lions. They do rush for over 100 yards. I know that's not bold, but 100. But we just haven't done it. We're just not committed to it. I say we commit to the run on Sunday. We get over 100 yards, and we finally see what the run can do. I do have the Ravens winning this game. If you've seen my prediction video, I think I had 42-23 Ravens. Let's see what you guys. Don Burr, 41-17 Ravens. 40-20 Ravens by Smiley. We got Ravens by overtime. We got Cy saying R for Ravens. We got Jeff Berg, Ravens 31, Lions 23. Smiley, we got Ravens. Patty Grimes going with the Leos, 34-31. Jared Goff, bold prediction of 4 touchdowns. Bulls turn. What's up, Bulls? Says Ravens 52-34 Leos. We got 3 touchdowns. Minimum Chrome, Ravens 33, Lions 23, Lions victory. We got that from Brandon Kenny. Hey, anytime I see a Lions victory, you already know what I got to do. Absolutely. We got Ravens 38, Lions 13, Ravens 33, Lions 30, Ravens 50, Lions 17. Lamar 175 rushing. Lions D steps up 38-20 or 31-28, 38-24. Craig, we got Bulgoff 3 TDs. How ugly is it going to be? I'll freaking crap my pants if we win. Vash Darwin, don't want to see you Vash. Crap your pants, man. We don't need Vash with a rash on his 2 points of contact. Please don't do that. It's a scary thought. We got 38-24 Baltimore Ravens. Lamar will win MVP. Ravens 41-24 by 1. Jimbo G for sure. 42-23. Leo's by 9 drinks. Leo's Lions losing. Lions will win. Oh my God. Ravens 42-21 Lions. So as I look at this, it looks like a lot of the fan base is kind of into reality, thinking that the Ravens are going to win this game, Mark. And I concur with that sentiment. I think it's just a very bad mismatch with the running attack. And it's going to be difficult. But before we get to the chat running this show, we got a couple minutes here. There is a variable that we have not talked about. Jamie Collins not going to be in this game. Derek Barnes is.
No.
Expectations for our boy Barnes getting into this game, making some plays. What do you want to see from the young fella?
Well, I kind of understand now getting in the young kid in here because he's got some speed to him, and I think he would turn Jamie Collins inside out even worse than Derek Barnes. Derek Barnes is going to learn though. Derek Barnes' first game going up against a kid like Lamar Jackson is going to be a lesson. It's going to be a lesson on the ground, obviously, when he has to go tackle him, because he better make sure that he keeps an eye on this kid's hips, because Lamar Jackson is a special type of runner. Like he is, I would almost consider him the best running back in the NFL. That's how good I think of a running he is. He does everything so smooth, so fluently, and it looks like he's not even trying when he runs. Yeah. He just makes a couple jump steps, and he's like hopping down the field like a bunny rabbit, man. I've never seen anything really like it. It's special to watch. It's almost like, I don't want to say it, it's almost like Barry-esque, just the moves he has for a quarterback. It doesn't make any sense. So Derek Barnes is, I expect him to make some mistakes, but I expect him to be good. I expect him to be fired up for this game, and I think he's going to go out there and make some plays.
Hey, absolutely, folks. Guess what time it is? It's your time to run the show. Hashtag Lions. Hashtag whatever team you're a fan of. You could be a Packers fan. Shout out to all the Packers that became a subscriber of mine against the last game. I appreciate it. If I miss your question, remember to copy and paste it. We got 156 in the building, and a lot of people want their questions answered. I'm going to miss it. That's what's going to happen. Don't get upset. I'm not ignoring it. Just repost it if I don't get to it. Copy and paste is the best thing to do, so you don't have to retype this thing every single time. I'm going to try to get it. Dolo Dynamite into building like a boss. Appreciate you getting in here. Bruce Betterly says, Detroit 28-24. Hey, we got, just woke in the building. 40-33. Appreciate it. Lamar Breezy Jackson's going to be, okay, folks, here we go. We got our first question by Talon. What do you think of Defiance play calling? Do you have any problem with him leaning on the field? Loss 20-38. What do you think from that, Mark Orem?
What do you think of the defense play calling? He's talking about our defensive play calling?
I call it defiance, but defense.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, man. Defiance. Okay. Aaron Glenn has what he has on this field. And he's trying to blitz. He's trying to get to the quarterback. He's trying to do this and that. But this roster is just devoid of talent. So I'm not really upset with Aaron Glenn the way he's trying to call this. We just don't really have the talent. We just don't have the talent. So this is going to be a process. This is actually a learning process for Aaron Glenn too, because this is his first year as a defensive coordinator. He's never been a defensive coordinator. He was I don't know what he was in New Orleans. He was an assistant, a D coordinator or something. But he is officially, this is his rookie season. So I'm not upset with the play calling. I'm okay with it right now. Until we get better talent, then we can really start nitpicking on the play calling. That's my opinion.
Hey, facts on facts. I thought I showed this, man. Let's see here. We got Yayo. What's up, Yayo? He says, what up, though, Mike? If we play 60 minutes as run effing ball, we get the game a chance. I don't care if we got to run the ball 100 times as long as we make it. Hey, we got to run that football, man. Hey, you can run that football. You do have a chance. I'm with you. We got ISN over and under. 4 wins for the Lions this football season. Oh, man. Look, I stated it would be 5 to 6 wins, and even though it's looking difficult, I'm going to stay with it at over. What about you, Mark Orem?
You know what? I'm going to still stick with my 5 and 12.
Yeah.
I've been teetering back and forth on that note lately, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, man. I'm going to say over.
I got to stay with my prediction. I said between 5 to 6 wins. I said 2 the lowest, 6 the highest. I can't cower down right now. We'll see. We got Lamar Jackson will burn through Lions defense like a hot knife in butter. What's going to be? It's going to be so bad. It's going to be real bad. Real.
Yes.
But hey, Derek Barnes, hey, he could be a guy in there. We got Justin
Barnes.
Thomas. What's going on? JT said hashtag real talk. When do the Lions get their first win this season? Tough schedule, y'all. You know, look, I did my opening schedule. I'm going to stick to it, even though it seems grimmer and grimmer. I said the first win will be against the Chicago Bears week 4. I said we go into Chicago and we get that win. That is what I'm going to stick with. I'm going to stick with it, even though it may look like that's possibly not going to be. Well, what about you, Mark Orem from Orem's Forum?
Yeah, I think our first win coming. I don't remember if I said Chicago. I think I had him going 0 for 4 or 0 and 5 to start the year off. I'm looking at it right now. I don't know what the schedule is in front of me, but I think we play Cincinnati like week 7 or something like that, or week 8. I can't really remember. I think that's going to be our first win against the Bengals at home.
And I got an interesting question here from Patty G. Patty Grimes says, if Dallas versus Detroit playoff game had a different outcome, i.e. Lions winning, how do you think would Lions be different right now? Oh, I think it'd be much different, man. The last time I seen a playoff win, okay, folks, I was 5 freaking years old, in which I don't remember it. I was 5 years old. That would be something to hang your hat on, to go to Dallas and get that W. I would be happy. I think the outcome would have changed I think that Jim Caldwell probably would have not been fired if we'd have won that game. Maybe we will win on the next game. But not having Pat Matricia as our head coach would have changed the trajectory of everything. Fan-freaking-tastic question. What about you, Mark Orem?
And that's a tough one to answer. That's a really good question, man. I can almost guarantee you that Caldwell wouldn't have been fired there. Yeah. Even though I think Bob Quinn, I think his whole thing, he wanted his best friend in there though. So I don't really know, man. He might have been forced not to fire Caldwell, and I think maybe Sue might have stayed. So defense, the defense would have improved, I think, a little bit more. We could have got maybe some more players come over because they finally saw that the Lions were on the up and up. Mm-hmm. I think it could have changed a lot of things. Just don't really trust Bob Quinn on what he would have done if he still would have fired Jim Caldwell, because I think from the get-go he wanted Patricia in here from day one. And the only reason why he didn't do it his first year was just because he was brand new and he knew he wanted to do it the second year. So, but I think it would have been a different outcome for sure. I think the team would have got better as the years gone on.
Jimbo G killing the super chats like a G, man. We all love Jimbo G. He rocks with all Detroiters, and that's what it's all about. The Lions win 34-19. If Barnes in the whole game, it will be a low-scoring game. Will be lower than 19 on Ravens. The defense plays better behind him. He's a leader. Lions win 10-13 games this season. Jimbo G, I love your optimism. And you want to know what? Any subscriber can believe whatever they want to believe. And that's what this platform is all about. And I want to let everybody know it doesn't matter if you think the Lions go 0-17 or 17-0. This is the platform for you. You can believe whatever you want. That's the whole point. I don't think the Lions are going to win 10-13 games. I think I would be I had double neck surgery. I can't be doing no backflips. I can barely look up. But if the Lions somehow won 10-13 games, I will go on here with this thing on my head. Yes, it is attached, folks. It's attached. And I will do a backflip impossible on this chair if the Lions win 10-13 games. I love your optimism, Jimbo G. Straight Detroiter. I appreciate you. I'm really excited to see what Derek Barnes can be. I still think we're depleted of talent on this defense. It's going to take a little bit more drafts with more linebacker help in a draft, safety help, and getting healthier at the cornerback position. I love Melifonwu, though. I was really impressed with him on the field. Hopefully he can get healthy. And while we get a little more talent, I think it get a little better. I appreciate you. Again, if I miss your question, don't hate. It's just the way it is. I can't figure out if the Lions are going away from run, or maybe they're using the entire regular season as a preseason. I love that, Dan M. It's possible, possibly could be. I love the comment. Getting close to comment of the day. If you got a funny comment, throw it in there. I love these funny comments you guys roll with. Let's see. Strong. I hear someone said strong D. I don't know who it is, but I see it.
I'm giving her a D, man. A strong D.
Hey, man, anytime I see strong D, we getting at it. Yeah, yo, what's up? Yeah, yo, with a question here. It says, I'm shocked that little talent we got. Going somewhat good if they can just learn how to play 60 minutes. That is very important. And you want to know that's important too. And this is why we have a young roster. We got to mold these players. They're young. You know, they're coming into the NFL. We got undrafted rookies. We got a lot of rookies in there. Even just players that are straight maybe second season. And it's going to take a little bit of time to mold the players like you want them to be, Mark.
Yeah, it's going to take some time. You know, just like in the San Francisco game, you can't play a quarter and a half, and then Green Bay, you can't just play one half of football. That's not the way you're going to succeed in the NFL. You have to play 4 quarters of football, and if you don't, you know, you're going to get your heads kicked in, and that's exactly what has happened to us so far. Like we talk about, devoid of talent. That's what this team is right now. This is a bottom 5 roster, and they're going to get better as the years go on. This isn't a 1-year fix, and then we can start playing 4-quarter football. But right now, man, when you don't have a very good roster, it's tough to keep up with those NFL caliber guys, man, because we don't have an NFL caliber roster. We don't.
And facts on facts.
Sorry.
Everything he spit right there is facts. And we got to be a little bit relaxed when it comes to Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. I know a lot of people's calling for their heads. They were given a very bad situation here. A depletive talent team full of patriots and guys that don't fit anything necessary to be an NFL football team. A lot of bad talent. Young team. They nearly got rid of 50% of the roster. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I like the draft picks that we got, the players. I mean, you look at Penei Sewell, the guy's looking like a beast. We got to see what Levi, been a little bit injured here. Alim McNeill looking like a boss. Derek Barnes, hey, we've seen what he can do, and Melifonwu came in when healthy and was like a sticker. So take a little bit of time. Let Brad Holmes get his work in. It will get better. Hashtag Lions. Hollywood Brown did not practice today with an ankle injury. Lamar, as we all know, but he had illness and is most likely to play. If Hollywood Brown does not play, that does help up the Lions. Yes, Lamar had an illness. Yep. He will be playing most likely on Sunday. Does that help us out, though, if Hollywood Brown is not playing, Mark Orem?
Oh, it helps out a little bit because Lamar's only thrown 2 touchdowns, and both of them have been to Hollywood Brown. So through the air, I'm not even worried about the Ravens through the air. That's something I'm not even worried about. Even if Hollywood does play, and he is a good wide receiver, don't get me wrong, he's very, very good. But it's the ground game we're worried about. And Lamar was a little bit, you know, Lamar had a tummy ache this morning or whatever he did, so he was off, and he will be playing on Sunday. He'll be fine. But they do have some guys that can catch the ball. They got Sammy Watkins over there who can move the chains. They got Mark Andrews, big tight end over there. So it's not like they don't have anybody through the air. It's just I'm not really overly impressed by their aerial attack. So it's the running game that really scares me. Yeah.
Let's do one final shout out to the sponsor of this stream, BetQL, the best freaking way to take advantage and beat your sportsbook this year. And hopefully win you a lot of money. It's all about the money. This app will give you easy to make and its smartest bets you possibly could have. The app is really great. I love it, man. The different models regarding spreads, overs and unders, player prop bets. It's right there in front of you and give you the best bets of the week. It's easy to use. Everyone knows I'm terrible at tech. Everyone knows I am not the tech guy. And if I can do it, anyone can do it. All you got to do is go ahead and get started in the world of sports betting. Go to Google Play or App Store to download BetQL right now. You have also check out their BetMGM offer in the description in order to receive a free year of BetQL. Once again, go in the description below. The link is chatsports.com. Deposit $10. Bet $10 and you can receive a free year of BetQL within 24 hours of your wager settle. I see TB Army in here. He looks like he's a YouTuber. TB Army. Hey, I promote YouTube channels on here, smaller channels. If you are a YouTuber, let me know in the comments section. Hey, I'd say people to go ahead and support the channel. No doubt about it. You don't have to worry about that. What's up, Justin Thomas? Again, if I miss your question, repost it. I'm not ignoring it. Are you guys happy with our field goal kicker situation? You know, I don't really know, man. Look, he's on the COVID list. It is what it is. We picked up a guy. I don't know. I'm okay with it. This is going to happen through the pandemic. You're going to have players. It's happening to every NFL team. What about you, Mark?
Yeah, so who's kicking? Yeah, well, who's kicking this week? Is it Zane Gonzalez then? Is he the guy?
No, we picked up another guy. I didn't see who it was, but we did pick up another guy.
I saw that we picked somebody up too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I forget his name as well. I thought Zane Gonzalez was still in the practice squad though, but I don't know. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Siebert did hit a 43-yarder last week. He did hit that. He missed the first one though before they called a timeout though, and then he hit the second one for the second chance. So he would have missed it. But yeah, man, our kicking game is not as good as it has been in the past. Obviously, you know, losing Matt Brader, that was huge. He booted a 62-yarder in Arizona last week, I guess. So that kind of rubs it in there for us. But they weren't about to pay big money for a kicker. But, yeah, man, we'll eventually find a kicker. We got Siebert right now. Who knows if he plays this week, though. We'll see.
I see I'm missing question, folks. Just repost it. Trying to get through it as quick as possible. Hashtag ISN. Is it time to run the football? Perry Ball?
Yes.
Your name is exactly what I would say. Yes. Absolutely, it's time to run the football. Absolutely, man. Tell them about running the football, Mark. Tell them about running that football. Why it's important.
You got to run the football in order to be successful in the NFL. It eats away at the clock. We don't have a very good defense. We need to keep our defense off the field. Bottom line, we need to keep our defense off the field as long as we can. You know, bottom line, we're playing a guy like Lamar Jackson. We need him off the field. So in order to do that, you got to run the football. You got to take some time off the clock. You know, that's the formula for winning football, is being able to run the ball. If you can't, and you're too one-dimensional like we have been for years with number 9 over here, we just couldn't run the ball, then you're not going to succeed in the NFL. You know, we're supposed to be this running team, and we got away from it last week against Green Bay. I never heard an explanation from Anthony Lynn on that. I don't know what was going on with that, but if you don't run the ball, you're not going to succeed in the NFL.
I got a great question here from Brandon L. He says, hashtag Lions, when do we pull the plug on the Will Harris experiment? I would have pulled the plug on the Will Harris experiment last year. Will Harris is not a starting caliber safety if I have a defense, he's not a starting caliber safety. I don't think so. I think we need to go in. We can't do anything about it right now. That's the problem, folks. We can't. We don't got the talent right now. We're going to have to wait till this offseason. So when this season's over, they need to go to this draft and or free agency or both to acquire talent to replace Will Harris and look at Tracy Walker as well, Mark.
Exactly. There's nothing we can do about it now, Lions fans. There's not a thing we can do. I was a little bit shocked we didn't draft one this year, to tell you the truth. You know, we got corners moving over to safety moving over to corners. You know, they just don't have the talent right now. And Will Harris is just – he wasn't even that good in college. You know, it was a Bob Quinn. It was a Bob Quinn pick. We picked him in the 3rd round. He was kind of a box safety when he played at Boston College. Horrible in pass coverage in college. What do you think he's going to be in the pros? Good chance he's not going to be that good. So he hasn't been good, man, and he's a starter. Haven't really seen Dean Marlowe out there. That just goes to show me that he's worse than Will Harris. That's crazy, for one. I don't know how much worse you could be than Will Harris, but don't see much of Dean Marlowe out there unless he's seeing snaps, and I don't see it. But we got to wait till next year. Just think of these two words, Kyle Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton says, SW Lion. I love SW Lion. This guy's been a sub to me. Real nice guy. I appreciate you, SW, man. That's what it's all about. Yes. This guy is awesome. We got Elizabeth here with, will the Panthers win tonight? Yes, I have the Panthers winning tonight. So if you guys like to bet, you got to understand the Texans right now, their starting quarterback is not playing. They're in a world of hurt there. I have the Panthers going to 3-0, Mark. What about you?
Yeah, because I picked up their Carolina defense in one of my football leagues. So absolutely. So absolutely. Yeah, that's a great defense over there. They got the third-round rookie from Stanford, David Mills, playing tonight. I think Carolina's going to get after him, and Christian McCaffrey's going to have a day.
We got a question from Nick. He says, thoughts on A.J. Parker? He's been solid round the dang ball. He has been solid, man. You know, I seen him. Yes. I was watching the game last week, and it was at the end of the game. They put him in. They got him some more playing time. And I was like, he made some good tackles and stopping the run. And that was one of the guys that said, hey, he made some good moves, Mark. What about you?
Yeah, absolutely, man. This is an undrafted kid. You know that it's very hard for these guys that get undrafted to make a football team. And if you were going to get on a team, though, Lions were the team to get on. And he got himself on a team, and he's playing well. He's playing well. He's a very aggressive corner. I really like his style, and I really like his future for the Detroit Lions. Yeah,
yo. I wouldn't be shocked if Lamar rushes for 400-plus yards. I already know that he will rush for 2. If Lamar Jackson rushes for 400 yards, we need to forfeit the season. This defense needs just to quit. Just get off the field and quit. That would be terrible. That would be, unless you own Lamar Jackson on a fantasy. That would be great for you. You guys think the small sample size, we got Melifonwu, that it can eventually develop into a starter staple on this defense? Corey, you know, it's a small sample size, but I liked what I saw. I really did. Him staying with the wide receiver so much where the ball hits him in the back of the helmet, I really liked it. And he's got that size, too. So, look, I'm not going to say he's the guy because it is a small sample size. Right, but I liked what I saw. It was extremely encouraging, and this is a cornerback 4th round, okay? We're talking about a guy who he looked kind of better than Jeffrey Okudah has.
Oh, no.
Sample size. But,
no, I know, Mike. I was going to say it, too. I was going to, yeah. But it's a small sample size. I love what I saw from Melifonwu, even though it was a very small window, I know. But it was actually refreshing to see an actual cornerback from the Detroit Lions running along down the field with another wide receiver and not having just looking at his jersey number from behind. He was actually keeping up with his guys. He's playing well. He was aggressive. You know, he's a rookie. Him going down is just sucks to be, you know, SOL right there. That's an SOL type thing for us.
Antonio Jenkins says, I don't know about taking a safety with our first pick, though. We got 2 first-round draft picks, and I suspect one is going to be a late first-round draft pick. And if the best safety is available, that is I have not gotten to the draft, folks. I will do that by week 4 of this season, so in a couple weeks. And I'm going to go ahead and I study into it hardcore. I love the draft. Well, if there is a safety, and again, I haven't got into it, that's worthy of a late first-round pick, I have no problem with that. But they got to be worthy for sure. I'm not taking one that with our very first pick. Man, we could have the first pick in the draft. So there's no way. Do you guys think the Lions draft a kicker next year? I have no problem with drafting a kicker in the draft at all. Because, look, if you got a 7th-round draft pick, and this guy is going to be on your team for a long time, to draft a kicker. Like, the guy, you got to have a kicker to get those critical three points or extra point, man. You win, lose games by a kicker. How many times do we get mad about a freaking kicker? If you could have if someone could have gave up a 6th-round draft pick to take our punter, okay, Jack Fox, would you draft Jack Fox for a 6th-round draft pick? I would. If you knew that's what you're going to get.
Yep.
I would. If I knew my kicker was going to be like a Jack Fox, I'd do it. Jimbo G with a super chat, again rocking it. He says, we run the ball often on the Ravens, and we will win this game. Dan and company ain't showing everything. Remember that. Ravens and you with multiple injuries in this game. Watch, there is a ton of injuries in this game. That's no doubt, and it's hurt their defense. The Lions' offense is 13th ranked in the NFL right now. They are getting yards. Jimbo G, thank you so much for the super chat. Man, you're absolutely an awesome human being. God bless you and everybody in the chat. Look, it's possible. You can win any given Sunday. I'm not going to say it's impossible. There's a 0% chance. Not going to do that. It's just going to be really freaking difficult. It's just a mismatch. When you look at teams, this was one on the calendar I said was an utter mismatch from when we got it, Mark.
Yeah, it's just, it's especially a mismatch on the ground, Mike. It's just, like I'm just going to keep repeating myself. I'm not afraid of this team through the air. If you could get Lamar Jackson to toss the ball at a high frequency, you have a good chance of beating that team. Because A, they don't play good defense, and B, they're not good through the air. And Lamar Jackson tends to make mistakes through the air. And he throws picks. He's wild with the throws. But if our defense has to lock it down on their run game, and like some guys have already said in the chat, Lamar Jackson's going to run for 400 yards. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if we ran for 200. I'm dead serious about it. And then they got another kid over there that you got to worry about named Tyson Williams. He's no joke either. He's literally like their 7th running back on the roster, and he's gaining yards because they've had a lot of problems, man, with injuries, and they're still able to run the football. It's the LJ show, but they can do it. They can do it. And the Ravens aren't a scary team. They're just not, but they're better than us. We have to go shot for shot with them, and I don't know if we got the conads to do that.
Patty G, what's your thoughts on Lomas Brown getting into the Hall of Fame and Herman Moore? That's interesting. First off, I love me some Lomas Brown. The guy is the most humble, nicest guy on the planet. He's like a big teddy bear that you could just stuff in and woo! Like he just seems like one of those guys that is the nicest man on the planet. Give you a shirt. Herman Moore, loved him as a wide receiver. Love him now as an analyst. They actually do a show together on YouTube. Got to check it out if you haven't done it. What do you think about them going into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, they're two guys that are nominated for the Hall of Fame. They're not in yet. They're going to be nominated. I think Lomas Brown should have been in a long, long time ago, and I believe that Herman Moore is a guy that should have been in a while ago too. Hopefully, they can both get in together. That'd be nice. That'd be special. They're both great players.
Here. I didn't want to miss it. What do you got after older unsigned players who could mentor on younger places like Sherman or Thomas? Why don't we go after? I think the Lions are just trying to get younger. They're not really looking for mentor. They're trying to get this roster in their image. In all honesty, I just don't think that a Richard Sherman would come to Detroit. It has nothing to do with the fact that I don't think he can help out. Obviously, he can help out because we do have a lack of talent there. I just don't think he would come here. But if they picked up a veteran guy for mentoring role, depending on the contract, I don't know. I don't ever throw down mentoring role, Mark.
Yeah, like I'm okay with somebody coming in for a mentor role, but it seems like they kind of got rid of a guy or they're in the process of getting rid of a guy that was supposed to be a mentor, and Jamie Collins. So it's like maybe they don't really believe in that right now. But like Mike said too, a Richard Sherman, he's not going to want to come here, and there's just some guys that you just don't want to spend some money on that don't want to come here. And it's just guys don't want to be part of a rebuild, man. They just really don't. And we got to let these guys develop on their own.
Dixie Normus.
Yes.
Every time I say this guy's name, man. He dropped a $10 super sticker. God bless you, man. Dixie Normus. He is the GOAT with his name, and he's a GOAT subscriber. And always rocking with your boy, and I really appreciate it, man. One pride till we die. Shout out to Dixie Normus.
Yes.
He's always coming to the top, man. So I appreciate it. Justin Thomas says, "Are you guys happy so far with the play calling with the coaches for offense and defense?" I'm gonna take a weight approach for defense. I can't judge right now the play calling because the talent is so devoid. I can't judge AG right now. I can't do it. When it comes to the offense, the only gripe that I have is we need to run the football more and stay with it. Stay with the run. But other than that, I like the passing attempts that they've done, the play actions, the rollouts that they've done, even the quarterback scramble. I like that stuff. Just run the football more, and I think that would be a better option. But being 13th in the NFL with the wide receiver we do have, the wide receivers Pearl and Jared Goff, and honestly, statistically wise, it's his best season. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But if we could run the football more, Mark, I think I'd be pleased.
Yeah, that's exactly, man. I'm going to voice exactly what you said pretty much. Only thing I'm kind of confused about is especially in the second game, is why we got away from the run game. It was supposed to be our bread and butter, and that's what we're supposed to do. Now, I'm happy for Goff. He just needs to be smarter with the football. And defense, like you said, Mike, I'm not judging Aaron Glenn right now because the talent just isn't there.
Was the Trinity Benson trade worth it, or still early to call? Still early to call for me. Give it a little bit of time. The guy came here. It's going to take a little bit of time, especially not just with his talent, but for him to be on the same page with Jared Goff. That rhythm, understanding each other, when they throw a deep pass, where he's going to be at, where the ball should be at with his speed. A lot of things come into it. Take a little bit of time with that. Ask me after we come off the bye week. And if they're still not in rhythm, then I say, okay, man, there's maybe an issue going on here. But I'm going to be a little bit of cautious upon that. Gilmore for Collins. They're not going to trade Gilmore. First off, I just don't see the Lions getting older at all.
No.
I think it'd be for draft capital. Mike and Mark, with our first picks, what do you guys are picking in this draft? Depending where we're taking in this draft. Look, I don't know exactly where we're going to be at. If we're the first pick in the draft, I know a lot of people said there's no good quarterbacks in this draft. I think you got to go quarterback at this point. But if we're top 5 and Kayvon Thibodeau is there, I'm all up on the beef in this defense. Mark?
Yeah. Yeah, man. You know what? I want defense as well. I love Kayvon Thibodeau. I wonder if Will Anderson's coming out from Alabama. That guy's an absolute monster too. There's a couple guys. I love Kyle Hamilton, even though a lot of people don't want a safety that high. He's a unicorn. He's built differently. So I want defense, but I have a feeling it's going to be quarterback. Just a gut feeling. By the time it's all said and done, yeah.
Yeah, gut feeling. Mike, how much difference will Derek Barnes make this defense? I think it's going to make a difference. I'm not going to say it's a lot of difference, but it's going to make a positive difference regarding tackling itself and maybe get a turnover here and there. Mark?
Yeah, he's fast in the football. He's known for his speed. He's a closer. He's a finisher. We saw him be a preseason superstar. So, he wasn't going up against ones and twos, but this is his chance to shine. Let's see what the kid can do. I know he's a lot faster than any linebacker we have on that field right now. So, I think he's going to make a little bit of a difference, but he's no Ray Lewis right now. So we got to lower our expectations. We got
a super chat from a Ravens fan. Appreciate you, Skeptic man. Goat. Should be a good game. We should not underestimate you guys. Your offense is dangerous. You guys just haven't put 4 quarters together yet. Skeptic, we haven't put 4 quarters together. And you never want to underestimate any team, especially a team that's 0-2 looking to get their first win. I totally get it from your perspective. I do believe, though, Skeptic Goat, your team is going to have a fairly easy victory. We have an issue stopping the run. Our defense is very bad, Skeptic. I'm talking, you're about to see a defense that you would say is Swiss cheese. It is bad. Again, the X factor here is Derek Barnes. How much will he help? We really don't know that right now. I think it will help in a positive manner. Still a lot of issues. I think you guys will win this game, but I actually concur with your sentiment. As a Lions fan, when I remember us playing the Cleveland Browns when they went 0-16 that year, we don't underestimate Cleveland. They haven't won a game to that point, and they almost beat us, man. You never want to underestimate any team, whatever record they are, Mark.
No, you never want to underestimate the team. That's why they got this saying, any given Sunday in the NFL. Anything could happen. There could be a team that there's just guys that are tired and, guys that got a little more energy and nothing to play for. They're just going to go balls out and just play hard.
Yeah.
And, anything could happen in the NFL. They're all professionals. I think we do have a shot against Baltimore. I really do. I'm just petrified of the running attack. That's basically it.
Owen, I'm staying with my prediction for the Detroit Lions. I said before the season, 5 to 6 wins. I think that's what the Lions will get. But in all honesty, I think the lowest is 2 wins, the highest is 6 wins. So just looking how we've played, I think it's going to be a long year, a top 5 draft pick for sure. But I'm going to stick with my prediction of 5-6. I'm also going to stick with, you guys are absolutely awesome. I appreciate everybody coming out today for the live show. Amazing time. Every super chat. God bless you. Ravens fan that came in here. Appreciate you so much coming in here. Skeptic Goat, Jimbo G, everybody. You guys are absolutely awesome. I truly appreciate it. Mark, tell the folks in the chat about your channel, what you do on Tuesday nights, because you got some freaking awesome shows you do and great content that people need to know about.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Yeah, guys. Thanks everybody to chat. Thanks, Mike. OPP is awesome. Love being on it every week. My channel, I talk about mainly. I've been sticking with Detroit Lions. I'll eventually get back to Detroit Tigers. I do lots of videos. I just dropped a video on the potential trade of Jamie Collins, and I do a show on Tuesday nights called Orem's Den on my channel, Orem's Forum, Mark Orem, Orem's Forum, and we just basically talk about Detroit Lions, and we get the chat involved, the ISN crew involved. It's a fun time, and we just have a really good time with it.
Hey, appreciate everybody coming out. Again, Sunday, Detroit Lions versus Baltimore Ravens. Live watch party on my channel. It's going to be fun. Whether we win or lose, it's going to be a great time. If you are a Ravens fan like the GOAT in here, hey, come on down. I try to be unbiased as humanly possible. And if you don't have the ability to watch it, you can hear the audio. I have the game audio. Clearly, no commercials on my channel. We don't do that commercial stuff. So make sure you guys come out. Again, thanks for hanging out for today. I will see you all on Sunday. And if you're not there for the game, I will see you next week on this channel for another session, another great show of